As Israel defends itself, it matters how. The United States is unequivocal. International humanitarian law must be respected. Too many innocent Palestinians have been killed.
Well, in our spotlight, Muslim community leaders from several swing states are gathering on Saturday in Dearborn, Michigan. This is the home to the largest concentration of Arab Americans in the U.S. They are calling out what they say is President Biden's refusal to call for a ceasefire in Gaza, saying the president's stance could affect their support for him in crucial swing states in 2024. Now, the campaign that they're calling Abandon Biden is what they say is a reflection of their outrage over President Biden's handling of the Israel-Hamas war. Public pressure is building for President Biden to call for a ceasefire. I want to bring in our panel here. ABC News Chief White House Correspondent Mary Bruce, ABC News Zorine Shaw is with us as well, along with ABC News contributor and former Hillary Clinton 2016 presidential campaign official Amanda Renteria, and ABC News political contributor and former Trump administration official Sarah Isker. Ladies, thank you so much for being with us. Mary, let's start here with you. How concerned is the White House right now with these rumblings from progressive Democrats and this whole Abandon Biden movement?
Well, Kira, the president certainly is well aware of all of the pushback and the political pressure that he is receiving, not only from members of his own party, but also, of course, from the Muslim community and from young voters. Look, the president has been walking this really fine line, both on the world stage and domestically, between trying to offer his staunch support, of course, for Israel and their legitimate right to defend themselves, while also trying to constantly urge Israel and really warn Israel to do more to try and limit civilian casualties and to address the growing humanitarian crisis there. The White House has also, though, been quick to point out that the majority of the Democratic Party, much of the country, does support the president's approach to this war, supports his handling of this. That said, every vote counts, especially in critical swing states. We saw that in the last election in 2020. So this president isn't going to take anything for granted. And that is why you are seeing him continue to reach out to Muslim communities, I think, to continue to try and be very cautious going forward in how he speaks about this conflict. And, of course, continue, most importantly, to urge Israel to take additional steps to try and make sure that their approach is more targeted, more surgical going forward, and to do everything they can to try and protect civilian lives.
And in terms of that approach and his rhetoric surrounding this, Doreen, I know you've done extensive reporting on Muslim Americans. What are you seeing, and what do you think the president is he understanding how much support he's losing from this group right now?
Yeah, not just losing support from a very consequential group of them. I mean, many Muslims I've spoken to, including ones in key swing states, have told me they will not vote for Biden. Look, over the weekend, you just mentioned Muslim leaders from places like Michigan, Georgia, Pennsylvania. They got together to launch that group in Dearborn, Michigan, called Abandon Biden. And they're promising two things: that they will not vote for Biden, and they will actively campaign against him. Now, they haven't endorsed another candidate, and broadly speaking, they are not friends of Donald Trump, but Michigan itself has over 200,000 Muslim voters. That would have been enough to swing the state last time and the time before. Now, Amar Moussa, he is the Biden campaign spokesperson. He has said that Biden knows the importance of earning the trust of every community, as Mary also mentioned, and he continues to work closely and proudly with leaders in the Muslim and Palestinian communities to listen to them, stand up for them, fight back against hate. But, Kana, with the exception of very, very few Muslims, broadly speaking, I have not spoken to too many Muslims who feel like Biden is doing enough.
Wow. And Amanda, to you, as Doreen points out, these votes are extremely consequential here. So if Muslim voters are not going to vote for Biden, where do they go?
Well, that's just the thing, is the options here are not a lot. And in fact, over time, the Democratic Party has worked really hard to build a big tent, be as inclusive as possible, not only to different religions, but also to a younger generation. And right now, that's a difficult balance to have. But the way you do it is you show up. And that's what you're seeing from the Biden administration. They are going to places having difficult conversations in order to bridge a very complicated situation right now. And this is going to take a long time to continue to build that relationship. But there's no doubt right now it's tenuous, but you have to keep showing up and building that connection, because there are no other options for these communities who are looking for something different other than Biden right now.
And Sarah, to you, I mean, how serious do you view this for the Biden administration for 2024, for his hopes of being president again? But also, Sarah, do you think that Republicans could gain any ground here?
Not with Donald Trump as the nominee. I mean, let's be realpolitik for a moment. This constituency is not voting for Donald Trump in 2024. What they want is a different primary option. So, in fact, the majority of Democrats, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. So what Joe Biden is dealing with is a choice between losing those voters if he's too close to Israel, or losing another segment of voters if he's not close enough to Israel. He's clearly made the smart political move here. He stands the chance of losing far more voters if he's not close enough to Israel than over here. Unfortunately, he's just going to lose voters when there's a split in his party like this.
All right. Mary, Amanda, Sarah, and Zoreen, thank you, ladies. We appreciate it.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.